All right, guys, we're gonna get to work on exterior siding. Got the whole wall sheeted. I've checked to make sure everything's nailed off before I start my tar paper. Here in Canada, 30-minute building paper is all you need. So we're gonna start with 2 courses of tar paper on the bottom course. I'm not 100% sure if that's code or not, but I like to have 2 courses because when the water hits the side of your building, the bottom section of your wall is obviously the most exposed because there's not an eave protecting it. And all the water that lands higher up, as well as the water that lands down below, flows over that bottom section. So you're going to get the most wear and tear on the bottom section of every wall course. So it's good to put 2 layers of tar paper because, 50, 60 years down the road, after sun and rain and all that sort of stuff, it's going to be pretty deteriorated. So 2 layers is always a good rule of thumb. It might even be code here, I don't know, but I just like to go overkill if I can. So when you're starting out your course, you want to hop up here, Mom? You want to just tack it in the center at one end. You line it up with your plywood, and you give it a bunch of staples right in the center. That way, now you can take your tar paper, walk it along, and keep adjusting it as you go. So when you get close to the other end, you want to kind of pull it taut so that you can see that it's tight in the middle. The top's obviously going to hang over a little bit, but as long as you don't have any kinks or ripples in it, you're tight in the center, right where you made your staple line. You line it up at the bottom, hammer tacker. And once you got that tack, you can just work your way back, flattening out any ripples you might come across. And then once you got that stapled off, you do a second layer and then move up a course. So with a little practice, it's basically that step over and over and over until the whole wall is tar papered. Pretty simple. So if you're using 30-minute building paper, you do 2 layers. If you're using 60-minute, it's heavy duty, so you can get away with 1 layer. Once you put that in and you've done your peel and stick sill, everything's sealed up. All you gotta do is throw your window in. Typically windows are measured 1/4 of an inch smaller than the actual opening all the way around. So whatever your rough opening is, your window's a 1/2 inch less than that. So when you put your window in, you want to put 1/4 inch shims on the bottom. This space allows any trapped water to escape if that's the case. But it's also for once your window is in, you can spray foam that 1/4 inch gap all the way around the window, which creates an airtight seal and also prevents any kind of moisture from getting in past your window frame. Obviously make sure your window is not upside down. Done that before. You can see that I've left tar paper off the top so that when I do put the tar paper on, it'll be overlapping the top flange, so any water, not that there will be any, but in other scenarios, any water coming down the tar paper would get on top of the vinyl window and drain off and not get in behind that flange, which you do not want. So I can feel there's, so much space back and forth. So I just kind of split the difference. If you have an extra hand, it's nice to have somebody inside measuring, but that'll be close enough for spacing. And then you want to have a 2-foot level or bigger, depending on the size of the window. To check the window for level, so you put the level on the frame of the window. Make sure the window's level before you put it in. I double checked my sill so I know it's level, so I can just nail away. I've always been taught to just nail on the bottom of the flange, so if the building ever shrinks, the window can kind of settle. It's not being held up by the nails. I'm not sure if that's critical. I think as long as you got nails in there, that's all that matters. I've heard tales that you're not supposed to nail the top because if the building shrinks or settles, it'll force the frame of the window down and it could break the glass. That maybe was the case with old or aluminum windows, but with vinyl windows, I highly doubt that. I'm pretty sure the manufacturer wouldn't put nail holes along the top if there was a chance that it could actually break the window, so just put the nails in all the holes. Alright, I gotta go find my bag of nails. If you have a window and you can't really tell which way is which way is the right way up, say you don't have any muntins or panels, it's just a clear glass window, you can always tell the bottom of the window because there's drain holes that'll be drilled in the vinyl or along the frame somewhere. So that's how you can always orient the window to be the right direction. Look for the drain holes. I put out a new tip video every Friday, as well as a shop update on Wednesday and project videos when they're completed. So make sure you're subscribed before you go. Please hit the like button, peep the website, and we'll catch you next time. Samurai out.